you get it. Your key energy is all used up. Not your size, but it'll work. Check out that shop area over there. Wonder what they used to sell. Ooh. You're in pain. That's sure to be useful. Steeled punch. At least you got something for your trouble. There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place for rest and recovery, when day can become night, and the other way. Dusk is good sneak time. This is Knucklet. Up there in the little blimp, you'll find an upgrade bench. Let's see. Asks you to check out the... Hopes your custom is worthwhile. Not enough resources for that yet. Sound seems to travel farther at night. About time you found some clothes. Now you're covered. It's Bionucleus 6D. Hopefully there's nothing active inside. Absolutely drained. Put that to good use. Plasty plots up ahead. Bring on the night. key energy is too low. See that e-waste? Always handy. Might keep you dry, at least. Looks cute. Now, walk the walk, Pants. Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known the village of Blubbermud, which is maybe as messy as it sounds. Let's see. Wants you to... Fair trade. The air is so dry. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
Potser Inmo Tiava Sigaya Lama Yaba Goga Ova Bug Ad.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be. Says a monster hunter hears many things on the wind. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important. You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know. When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
Darin mihanda kaguno me. Ja,
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot.
ja.
Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead.
Tudo baba, si logo partinea falish.
Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones.
Coca-Guana.
He's afraid you're just as stubborn as them.
Kuhu.
But enough of that, right?
Badya analokuhu. Tomozakula imavela.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed. He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Why ad fudlea haya? Giravabasco.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Immo. Why ad fudlea haya?
Thinks that it all hangs on the tree of life. When it started to fail,
Waxandonaneya.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Vaxa ush intabadan.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Badayan analove. Ja, mushtag bala.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes.
Circa full of in the horse. Waxan makane segi.
Says you stick to the haunting. Let's see. Nothing like a story with an unexpected ending. Take your time. Your reserves are fine. fading. Radiant. You've used up all your key energy. Took care of it. Placed. That's good stuff. You've got nothing left. A story has got to keep moving forward. Wait, it's the script hole-up. The place is just filled with critters. Don't waste too much energy. Let's see. That's the Myriad Fort. Guess you still want more than that. Feels like something's about to happen today. Already drained you. History is nothing but a series of stories. Disgusting. Biohazard. Just gross. The Vespidut outpost. Long-time home of the Myriad tribe. This beast can move. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting to see what they cared about here. Wonder if any of it matters now. In the old days, this was a port for boats that went under the surf. They helped clog the surf into goo. Toxanol didn't do it on purpose, I don't think. Their machines made a mess, though, and they never cleaned up after themselves. You should be able to find a track here. Just need to keep your... Better get a move on if you want to change things. Gulpo ain't the easiest tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only... He recalls you wouldn't put in the time required to learn how to swim. He bets you regret that now. Goop says our memory keeps things for us and protects them until we are ready to face them again. He understands you've returned to face LUPA-LUPIN. That's the... He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and... He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven...
The light shines on!
Better isn't the word.
Right, not...
You're the worst.
The worst of being the worst!
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course. Hit the open surf, then. The trouble is you can only rely on yourself, at least until... Can hardly... Thanks you for doing everything you... Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. Claims he didn't say that. But hey... He can't... You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. It's not that it won't keep your head above the surface, but it needs improving to carry... Let's see. This place... Hey, you found the track, even around all this goopy goo. The surf here looked cleaner when that track was made. Glad you had the patience to learn more. Plastic scrap like that over there could be useful. Should hold up. Bad place to be dizzy. It's harder for others to see you in the dark. Your key energy isn't up for that. Dead on. No hope of that with as little energy as you have. Crack-a-doodle. That'll teach him a lesson. Your energy is empty. Every little bit helps. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. The end is coming to the world and everything else. He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There are lots of valuables left behind on the surf floor that the salvage net will enable you to haul. You just need to find the right spots. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks. Squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to fly. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the sea. He only knows what's visible to the naked eye. Gulp is not much of a babbler and mostly keeps to himself and his drink. Welcome to the surf archipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goo. You need to believe how serious this is if you want to have any effect on it. You're poking around Hockburg, a prime village. You don't have the key energy for that. Maybe it's later than you think. Hard to tell at night. Says the tribe Sifu sent them here to help. Isn't sure how long the village will last. As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't... It's troubling that the rivals believe their reign of... The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. They need your protection. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Says it sure is dark out here. Says you used to keep to yourself, but now at least you act. Says goodbye. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Says the myriad have taken... Understands you. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what... Claims any friend of the old one can't be all that bad. Shut... Wouldn't be... The Sifu asked you to help. Used to watch them with... Thinks she's atop her tower. The tower can be hard to see. Maybe you can help find her pops. The planet keeps spinning, and new days keep coming. Wood scrap, the one kind of scrap you could actually still find growing. There's some e-waves. You've already drained yourself. It's a rare sight. Treasure it. Wildlife here is teetering on the brink of extinction. We all are. The meat-eater again. Nothing seems to satiate his hunger. The note is done for unless you intervene. love to hear a mount's footbeat. Ah, wood scrap. Always happy to find that.
There, mes fasolala.
Says you're good for talking even if you're not far away.
Biomutant. Lo sorate me sus ne genle ma matulu tremutulia. E mahoriu tulu adrianku.
Says you
Manugeniak ne bebe papia.
says you're good for talk.
Rek pankukiba.
Want to look for shelter from the rain. All good things end. Vroom, vroom. Leave that ride. There are places a goo glide can't go.
Ja.
Let's see.
Usida koma so anif tawa pao so white.
Gavangelu kabangi. LUPA-LUPIN'S.
He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. Guesses he does, but it's a long life in a wild world. Sometimes he's shaken, not stirred. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and wonders if you could take the time to help a man slake his own thirst. you'd be doing him a liquid solid. You're a do-gooder, so you know you want to. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you... Sure, but that's nowhere near it. Respect's how you always try to help, no matter that the world... Sees why you joined up with the Myriad. They like a peaceful drink, just like you. Says he sells them drinks. They mostly suck them down on their own. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more in. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in. But it says that's what gives your He wants you to... There are other... Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the one... Says he read that in an old world book. It means you're an expert of all living things that flap and tweet. A story has got to keep moving forward. Ah, see that e-waste? Always handy. The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. Under your own power now. We're all heroes of our own stories, or so we hope.